6:49, this is your morning in 8 minutes. Right now, a mother is waiting to be extradited back to Tennessee after being charged in the death of her 2-year-old son.
Another man also facing charges. Jefferson County deputies responded to a home on English Drive back in March. Police say a 2-year-old shot himself in the face with a gun and later died. Investigators say his mother, Destiny Leanne Marie Getchke, is responsible for his death. A grand jury indicting them on charges of reckless homicide. She was arrested in North Carolina on Wednesday. Christopher Kyle Ray Smith is also facing neglect charges.
A man accused of murder out of Roane County is caught all the way up in Illinois by U.S. Marshals. Christopher Kennedy and his wife were convicted of murdering her aunt, but Kennedy never showed up for the final day of court in July. He wasn't in custody at the time because he had posted bond. He's now being held without bond and awaits sentencing. Right now, KPD is still looking for a shooting suspect after a man was killed Tuesday afternoon in East Knoxville. Police say 24-year-old Richard Wynn was taken to the hospital but did not survive. Nearby Vine Middle School went into a brief lockdown. If you have any information, contact Crime Stoppers.
Right now, Crime Stoppers also need your help finding these 3 suspects. They're accused of stealing $13,000 worth of cologne and perfume from Ulta on Paper Mill Drive. If you know who these people are, you could be eligible for a cash reward. We've got the details right now in the WVLT News app. And the Knox County Sheriff's Office says the Walker Springs apartment fire investigation should be wrapped up sometime next week. Right now, around 28 people don't have a home after a building was destroyed earlier this week. Thankfully, no one is hurt.
A Knoxville staple is closing its doors. S&S Cafeteria along Kingston Pike is closing for good at the end of the month. It's been in Knoxville for nearly 50 years, opening in 1974. Employees tell us business slowed down in the last few years and never picked back up after the pandemic. The Georgia-based chain still has a few other locations in South Carolina and Georgia. In new details this morning, a federal judge is giving the Justice Department 1 week to release parts of the affidavit which led to the search of former President Donald Trump's residence in Florida. The
Justice Department called for it to be sealed, arguing that releasing it would undermine the investigation. The department is being asked to file a redacted version of those documents. The development comes a little more than a week after the FBI seized classified and top secret information during the search. The Justice Department says they're worried that if they release all of the documents, it would expose witnesses and prevent others from coming forward and cooperating with the investigation. Well, right now, there are over 100 cases of monkeypox confirmed here in Tennessee. The White House says more supply of the vaccine is on the way nationwide, announcing an additional 1.8 million doses will be available for states to order starting on Monday. Health officials also say next week they're working on boosting the supply of a drug that can treat the virus.
If you have an Apple device, you probably need to make sure it's updated. The company says it found a few vulnerabilities in the system that may have been exploited. This affects iPhone products dating back to the 6S model, along with the iPad and the iPod Touch. The U.S. government Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency is also urging you to update all of your devices as soon as possible. Well, it's fair season in East Tennessee, and the Knox County Fair is happening right now. This is the 75th year for the fair. It runs through tomorrow. Gate admission is $15. And the Cumberland County Fair also happening right now. That fair ends in Crossville tomorrow. Gate admission there is $5. And it's almost time for the Great Smoky Mountains Hot Air Balloon Festival in Townsend. The main event is tomorrow from 4 p.m. to 9 o'clock. Hot air balloons are weather dependent, so there's much more to enjoy there. Today at 4 o'clock, we'll be on scene previewing the event and showing you all that Townsend has to offer. You'll see that right here on WVLT News this afternoon at 4 o'clock.
And WVLT, proud to be your official station of the Vols. We are less than 2 weeks away from football time in Tennessee, and the Vols are bringing back a fan favorite uniform this season, those smoky grays. Back for the first time since 2017. Nike says the team will wear the jerseys at least for one game in each of the next 4 seasons. The ones we're going to see this year are the same in years past. They'll have new gray designs in 23, 24, 25. And the athletic department says you'll need your mobile device to get into the games this year. All tickets will be digital. No more paper tickets allowed. If you're still confused on how digital ticketing will work, if you want any questions answered, the school will have an information session for you tomorrow for you to learn. It's at Gate 10 at 9 a.m. We'll have the information for you in the WVLT News app.
And a big heads up if you're going toward campus and downtown Knoxville tonight. Country music singer Luke Bryan will be playing inside Thompson Bowling Arena. That concert starts at 7 o'clock. Make sure you're giving yourself a few extra minutes and expect delays if you are heading that way. And with that, we do want to get a look at your first alert traffic. So far, it's been a quiet start to your Friday morning commute. Do want to give you a heads up, though, if you're traveling through Sevier County today. Some road work is taking place along I-40 East right at the 407 exit. This is from 9 a.m. to 3 o'clock on the eastbound off-ramp. You can see some single lane closures there. Just be mindful of those workers. I want to show you a live look at that traffic flow. This is I-40 right around Rutledge Pike. You're looking good if you're heading toward downtown Knoxville. 40 westbound is moving 71 miles an hour. 75 southbound moving 68 miles an hour. And Alcoa Highway northbound moving 56 miles an hour.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
6:55 now, starting the day off here very nice and quiet, looking good. Just remember, today's the first day of change. Basically, we bring up the clouds and the humidity and bring in that scattered rain coverage. Then it'll be scattered throughout the day tomorrow, kind of getting that movement going today sets us up for some batches of rain and storms at times Saturday night into Sunday as well. It spikes up Sunday night. That's the front passage for Monday. So yes, the next few days are more active. And to add it all up, if you're hoping for some rain, I know I'd love for my lawn and garden to be watered with breaks in between. You can still get outside, but notice it adds up to about a half an inch to an inch in far northeast Tennessee and far southeastern Kentucky, and 1 to 2 inches total between today and Monday to add all that up for you. So it gets a little heavier South Valley into the Smokies in your overall rainfall for the next several days. Right now, enjoy the beautiful morning. Just know there's some change around the corner. Don't forget the umbrella. It's 65 in Knoxville, 68 Morristown, 61 in Williamsburg and Jamestown, and really enjoying these views. Hopefully you are too. As we add up the clouds first and add up the humidity, that's what adds up to spotty rain and storms midday, then scattered afternoon to evening. That'll take us from 80 at noon to a high today of 84. Feeling a few degrees warmer. Again, that humidity is building back up to help boost up those scattered storms to develop today and then continue to flow through at times Sunday to Monday as we go into early next week. So really these next few days, like I said, you got some pauses in the rain, but then there's some downpours and storms still developing, adding up until the front clears, which is why the second half of the first alert AD planner is a totally different story. That's the other side of the cold front. So we can at least get back to mostly dry conditions. I've got the latest on that first alert futurecast for your weekend, help you walk through the timeline of those storms coming up on the CW.
Can we, is it possible to grab Tuesday through Friday and then flip it with now through
But then
Monday?
on Tuesday, you're going to complain and be like, oh, it's raining.
No, that's fine. I can deal with rain during the work week. We got football and hot air balloons. We'll see how it
You'll
works
have fun
out.
no matter what.
6:56. We'll see you on WBXX. Have a good day.